Welcome to the Eaton Collection. I want to give you some idea of what the collection is, what its extent is, and the different types of materials that we have that we're dealing with here, so that you'll know how to handle them. The Eaton Collection consists of the following formats. We have paperback books, we have hardback books, we have pulp magazines and pulp digests, we have fanzines, we have comic books, we have manuscripts, we have large format books, that is to say picture books, large comic books, collections of plates, things like this. And we also have manuscript collections in boxes. So I want to give you just an example of what each of these things are. I'm standing in the Eaton Collection now, and you can see all of the stuff around me. But a paperback book is simply this. And I want to point out that paperbacks are made of pulp paper. Usually it's paper that has been let's put it this way, as the older it gets, the more acidic it gets, the more crumbling and fragile it gets. So when you are handling these books have not been bound, they have their original covers. You have to open them very carefully. You have to treat them carefully when you're handling them. I don't want them thrown around. We should just simply take care of these books so that they will last as long as possible. Hardback books like this is a large-scale hardback book, but I want to show you the type of thing we are dealing with. On all of our books, we have kept the dust jackets, which is this, the part that comes off. Most libraries do not. Not only that, but we have bound this with a mylar binding, which is to protect that cover. We want the cover to be protected so it won't get smashed when you're handing it around. So again, handle these with care, but we have put this binding on there for the protection of the books. And we will encourage patrons to handle them with care, but I want you to do the same thing. Fanzines. Our fanzine collection, this stuff is extremely fragile. These are amateur magazines, and you can see this kind of thing here. This was done on very pulpy paper. It was mimeographed, typed, and then mimeographed or roniotyped and produced. So this sort of thing is very, very fragile. We have placed these in acid-free envelopes, and we have them in an acid-free box upstairs. But when you are handling fanzines, you must take ultimate care not to damage them. Pulp magazines. These are pulp magazines. Pulp magazines have gaudy covers, lovely covers, but they're very fragile. The inside of this is pulp paper, the cheapest pulp paper possible in many senses. So one read will cause this to become very, very fragile. You can damage the edges. We have also bound these in mylar envelopes. When you are using them with a patron, you must have the patron take them out of the envelope, or you take them out afterwards, put them back in the envelope so that they will not be damaged. We've done the same thing with comic books. All of our comic books are in these acid-free envelopes with the call numbers here. They're easy to find. They're all stored in boxes. We put them in acid-free boxes as well, according to their title and according to the call number. But when you pull out individual issues, you should be extremely careful when you are dealing with these. Now, I cannot stress again that all of the materials in the Eaton Collection are in their original state and their original format. These require special handling, if anything does. You have seen then the basic formats again. Old books, comic books, pulp magazines, fanzines, and manuscripts and things like this are in envelopes, and you will have access to them that way. You take them out, put them back in the envelope. Hardback books and paperbacks. The majority of the books in this collection are in the paperback format, so you have to be extremely careful with them. I can only stress again that all of this material is in its original format. It has to be handled with care. And as you get used to this collection and negotiate it, you will find that the books are easy to find. They're all in Library of Congress order, and you will have no difficulty finding them. But the problem is, once you find them, when you take them off the shelves, you have to be very careful about how you use them. You give them to patrons, you take them back with the same care that you would ask the patron to handle the book.